Wonder Murmur, where whispers weave the heart.
Hello, little hearts. A new whisper begins. The afternoon sun streamed through the kitchen window, bathing the small cozy room in a golden light. 10-year-old Tia hummed happily as she carefully placed a beautiful porcelain vase on the mantelpiece. It was a gift from her grandmother, a piece she cherished more than anything. The vase was painted with tiny, delicate blue birds that seemed to flutter in the light. The afternoon sun streamed through the kitchen window, bathing the small, cozy room in a golden light. 10-year-old Tia hummed happily as she carefully placed a beautiful porcelain vase on the mantelpiece. It was a gift from her grandmother, a piece she cherished more than anything. The vase was painted with tiny, delicate blue birds that seemed to flutter in the light. "I'm always careful, Tia," he said, his voice muffled by the plates. Just as he spoke, his elbow bumped the edge of the counter. The plates wobbled precariously, and in a flash, Tofu lunged to save them. He succeeded, but in his desperate lunge, his hand swept across the mantelpiece. The beautiful porcelain vase tipped, then fell, shattering into a dozen sharp pieces on the floor. A gasp escaped Tia's lips. The golden light seemed to vanish, replaced by a cold, hard anger. Her eyes filled with tears, not of sadness, but of fury. "Tofu, you broke it! You broke my vase!" She screamed, her voice cracking. "How could you be so careless?" Tofu's eyes were wide with shock. He looked at the shattered pieces, then at his sister's tear-streaked face. "I didn't mean to. It was an accident," he stammered, his voice trembling. "Accident or not, it's broken, it's gone!" Tia shouted, pointing at the fragments. "You always ruin everything." Tofu's shock turned to hurt. The words were like a slap. He hadn't meant to break it. He was only trying to help. "I'm sorry," he whispered. But Tia turned her back on him, her shoulders shaking with sobs. Feeling a knot tighten in his chest, Tofu turned and ran out the front door, his feet pounding on the sidewalk. A moment later, Tia's anger began to fade, replaced by a heavy, hollow feeling. She looked at the broken pieces, a lump forming in her throat. She had been so mad, but had her anger been fair? He didn't mean to break it. A small voice in her head whispered, "He looks so sad." She missed her little brother already. Meanwhile, Tofu sat on a bench at the park, kicking at the grass. Tears ran down his face. He loved Tia, and the idea of making her so angry was unbearable. He replayed the moment in his mind, his heart heavy. "I have to fix this," he thought. "I have to make things right." He ran to the small market on the corner, his pockets jingling with his allowance money. He knew just what to get. He bought a small, beautiful vase, not as grand as the one from Grandma, but still lovely. It was white with a single painted blue butterfly. As he walked home, he held it carefully in his hands, hoping it would be enough to mend his sister's broken heart. When he arrived, the sun was setting, and his mom and dad were standing in the driveway, looking worried. "Where have you two been?" their mom asked, her eyes scanning their faces. "Grandma is coming for dinner soon. I just needed some air," Tia said quietly, her eyes still a little red. "Me too," Tofu mumbled, hiding the small box behind his back. Their dad raised an eyebrow. "What are you hiding there, Tofu?" Tofu blushed. "It's nothing." Their mum smiled gently, Whatever it is, you can share it later. Now, go get ready. Grandma is almost here. That evening, the air in the dining room was thick with unspoken tension. The vase was missing from the mantelpiece, a silent reminder of the afternoon's fight. Grandma arrived, her arms open for hugs. She looked at them with a knowing twinkle in her eye. "Oh, my lovely children, you both look so handsome and beautiful." Then her smile softened. "I hear you two had a little disagreement today. Is that right?" Tia and Tofu looked at the floor. Tofu quietly said, "I broke her vase, Grandma. It was an accident." Grandma nodded slowly. "Do you know why we celebrate Raksha Bandhan in our country?" Tia looked up. "To cherish the bond between brothers and sisters, right?" "Exactly," Grandma said. "It is a celebration of the promise you make to one another. To always be there. To protect and care for each other. Sometimes you fight, but the thread of love between you is always stronger." Tofu took a deep breath. "Tia, I'm sorry," he said, his voice clear. He pulled the small box from behind his back and offered it to his sister. Tia looked at it, then at Tofu's sincere face. "What is it?" she asked. Their father smiled. "It's a gift, Tia." Tofu was trying to hide it. Tia slowly unwrapped the paper. Inside was the white vase with the single blue butterfly. It was so simple, so beautiful. A fresh wave of emotion washed over her, but this time it was love. She looked at the vase and then at her brother, who was watching her anxiously. "Oh, Tofu," she whispered, her voice full of feeling. "It's beautiful. Thank you." Tears welled in Tofu's eyes. "It's not as nice as Grandma's," he said softly. "It's even better," Tia replied, hugging him tightly. "It reminds me that you love me, and that's the best gift of all." Tia and Tofu looked at each other and smiled. "We will, Mum," Tia said. "We'll always remember." Their dad added, "Sometimes siblings argue, but love always brings them back together. That's what the Indian festival of Raksha Bandhan teaches us. To cherish and love your siblings no matter what. Because a sibling bond is a magical bond that lasts forever." The two siblings held hands under the table. A silent promise passed between them. The new vase sat on the mantelpiece. Not just a beautiful object, but a symbol of a love mended, a trust rebuilt, and a bond cherished forever.
Wonder murmur, the story departs, yet the whisper imparts.